Oh, hell.
Good to see you. We have a couple questions for you on this, but let's just start simply with the accusation that President Trump has leveled at you. Were you paid for an endorsement?
Well, absolutely not. And as the FEC filings say, they helped the campaign, gave funds for Get Out the Vote campaigns for National Action Network, of which I'm a part of, and other civil rights groups, some which got more than...
Lance dog. They need to walk your butt out in handcuffs. Reverend line scamming dog. They need to walk your butt out in handcuffs. He still think Martin Luther King Jr. and all of them are still alive. They need to walk his butt out, I'm telling you. They need to walk this line scamming dog out. They should have been walked this criminal out. All y'all got paid. Y'all walked your celebrities around, plug the machine in the wall, let granddaddy go on vacation and drop his snow cone and ice cream cone on the floor. Yeah, everybody got paid off. Thought y'all could have people sing and dance and jump up and down in front of our faces. Paid actors. A disgrace. Shame on all you Democrats. And to everyone that fell into this little bait and trap, they got y'all. They got y'all good. They got you real good.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh, no. This heifer here. Just when I thought it sounded good. Look, it sounded good. Then it just went from good to, oh, no. Oh, hell no. Look, it go from good to hell no. Look.
Moments ago, former Vice President Kamala Harris will not run for California governor next year, leaving open
good. See that right there. That's good. California they running everybody out of there. A complete dumpster fire, a complete disgrace, incompetent leadership. Democrats ought to be walked out in handcuffs. They shouldn't even resign. They ought to just walk them out in handcuffs. I'm telling you, it's a disgrace down there in Cali, and they running everybody out of there. So don't need to be no governor. But then they hit us with this.
That she could mount a third run for California governor next year, leaving open the possibility that she could mount a third run for the White House in 2028. She said in a statement over the last 6 months.
Oh no. Y'all, we can't do, them Patriots cannot do another election of word salads. They can't do it. I'm telling you. No, we can't. We not going. Man, this woman need to go in. Y'all got a nice house over there. I think they got a couple of them. Go sit in that nice big closet. I know y'all got them closets where it's like a whole room in there, and just shut the door. Don't come back out, ma'am. Run far away. We can't do another election of them word salads, them editing interviews and not publishing stuff. You don't know. You supposed to be over here. You over here laughing. Ain't nothing funny, man. They said you were supposed to be at the border. You didn't even know you supposed to be at the border, and y'all don't even believe in borders. And then y'all plugged the machine up and ran granddaddy around and let him go to sleep and drop his ice cream cone in the sand. No, and then get up there and don't know what the hell what you're talking about, and then repeat yourself with another word that sounds similar to the last word. No, we can't do another election of word salads and all that crap again. I can't do it. No. Run far away.
28. She said in a statement, over the last 6 months, I have spent time reflecting on this moment in our nation's history and the best way for me to continue fighting for the American people and advancing values and ideals I hold dear. I've given serious thought to asking the people of California for the privilege to serve as their governor. I love this state.
Look at that criminal. Reverend, look at that criminal. She hugging and smiling. They should have been put his butt in handcuffs and walked his butt out. Old criminal granddaddy. He think we back in the civil rights movement days. He still think Martin Luther King alive. They ought to put his butt in handcuffs. That scamming, fraudulent dog.
Given serious thought to asking the people of California for the privilege to serve as their governor. I love this state, its people, and its promise. It's my home. But after deep reflection, I've decided that I will not run for governor in this election. Patrick, your reaction to that? Do you hope that that means that she will run again for president of the United States?
I don't think she'll run for president of the United States. Is my gut reading the statement, live here. I thought she was, really considering the governor, but. I think she wants to serve in different capacities, is my understanding. But, I don't speak for her. I'm not her spokesperson. But let's face it. I mean, she just went through a grueling, presidential race. Her second, cycle of the, she ran for president, obviously, 5 years ago, and then again this past cycle. So I don't think there'll be a third time, if you're asking me my opinion.
The woman didn't even know the Star Spangled Banner. We don't got time to go through this again. We don't. We don't have time to go through. They gave her a freebie. They say, ma'am, what would have done different than Joe Biden? She said absolutely nothing. I would have did the same thing, and we did such a great job. That's all we need to hear, ma'am. That's all we need to hear.
But I will tell you that, I think she has an incredibly important voice, and I hope she continues to serve in the public interest in some capacity, whether it's in the private sector or elsewhere.
Tommy, your reaction to this news about Kamala Harris, the former VP?
I honestly don't think she could win, even in California. California is fed up with their failure.
Thank you. Finally, somebody keeping it real. We got to have somebody that come on here and call this out. Yeah, she ain't gonna win this, that, nothing. I think she ought to just run far away, lock herself in the closet. That's what I think.
Leadership, and they aren't going to go from one failed leader, Gavin Newsom, to another in Kamala Harris. And I think that she even understands she couldn't win there. I don't think that she's going to run for president again, but I'll tell you this, she's also been largely absent, even in California, with everything that California has gone through, with the immigration riots, of course, the wildfires. That is her home state. And she did not take the opportunity to stand on that stage and speak to those issues in any meaningful way. She just had an opportunity to talk to the future voters of America at a summit. And she sent in a virtual message. This woman is not serious about running for anything, and maybe that's a good thing for her party and for the country.
Good. Yeah, been bringing all them celebrities out, Hollywood people twerking and dancing and singing, and y'all couldn't get Beyonce to sing at the rally. Thought y'all could turn Texas purple and blue. A disgrace. Yeah, and get Oprah on the phone. I know y'all been called Democrats. They say report allegedly that Democrats have been calling Miss Winfrey during business days and on the weekend. They trying to get that money back. That's allegedly. They trying to get that money back, Oprah. They trying to get that money back. You done ran off with the money, and y'all done blew through billions of dollars. And she's standing up there with a stolen valor tampon Timmy. That line scamming dog. And look at what's going on in Minnesota. They got political assassins running all through there. Some of the biggest fraudulent. I tell you, man. They ought to walk his butt. He should have been investigated. Some of the biggest stories should be what's going on in Minnesota. I'm telling you. But I'm glad we dodged a nuclear missile. We didn't just dodge a bullet. We dodged a nuclear missile with these two. I'm telling you. You get up there lying. I was a knucklehead at times. And then they're gonna make an ad of him changing his air filter in his truck. I'm telling you, them patriots don't need to know how to change their air filter. Y'all don't need to stop trying to appeal to men. Y'all don't know what a man is. Y'all don't know what a woman is. Y'all have already made that clear. No common sense. And them patriots on this side, we know how to change our engine, transmission, and everything in the driveway. So we don't need your help on changing the air filter, sir. There's levels to this.
Question to you, Patrick, before I bring in Steve Hilton. I mean, right now there's so much focus, and this, of course, would probably change a bit in the coming years. But right now there's so much focus on what did you know and how much did you understand about the declining abilities of President Biden? And I have to believe if you're looking at a scenario where you're on a debate stage answering questions or you're in interviews, she would be pressed on this mightily.
No doubt. And I can I just say real quick, I disagree with Tommy. I think if she would have ran for governor, she would have won. But that's not the question. The question you're asking is, I do think, Martha, that she'd be asked those questions, those tough questions. And I think that's why a lot of Democrats, a lot of Americans are ready to turn the page. I think they're looking for new generation of leaders, both in the Democratic and Republican Party. And I think you're going to see those leaders emanate from the states, in states like Pennsylvania and Maryland and elsewhere.
Just before I let you go, does Mandami represent that new generation to you, Patrick?
I think it comes from the states, not necessarily the cities. How about that?
Well, yeah,
all right,
boy,
guys.
boy.
Tommy Lahren.
I'll tell you what y'all think. Let me know in the comment section down below. Y'all know I got to come on here and be real with y'all. I know sometimes y'all get tired of me talking and yapping and japping away, but I got to come on and be real, man. You know, we need to let this lady go on and let her become irrelevant. You know, and this should be the same way with the Obamas. But we want Bo Berry and all them held accountable. You know, we want them to be put in handcuffs. I know nobody will ever be held accountable. That's what they say. But I got a little bit of faith and hope and trust in this administration that somebody might be held accountable. I do. That somebody might be walked out. You know, and plug the machine into the wall. Ran granddaddy around, let him go to sleep, let him go on vacation, you know. And she in the room, they say she was the last one in the room. Pissed, she passed out drunk. Unbelievable. And then they get up and pull out the big old binder and just lie to everybody and said it was a cheap fake, a deep fake. That we're doing such an amazing job. And now let's just blame President Trump. And Trump is bad. That's the Democrats' message. Let's blame Trump and Trump is bad. I tell you, you just can't make this up. But we're going to come on here and call it out. I love y'all. God bless you and your family. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Yeah.